What's happening, people? Welcome to a brand new episode of Takk That Talk podcast. I'm your host, Tuckstopics, flying solo for a minute, but you know what it is, man. Rad Hefe always around, man. My brother Reese always around. Today's topic is a dope topic, and I like to pick topics that affect us all because, you know, what's the point of talking to motherfuckers if it don't affect them? But today's topic is, snitching. Snitching in the community, snitching in the hall, you know, where the real niggas at, where the snitches get stitches, you know, that type of vibe, man. Has it become acceptable? You know? Is anybody paying a price for snitching? Like, what's going on? To be straightforward, of course it's acceptable. Nothing happens anymore. Let me explain something, people. Growing up, at least in my era, you know, being a snitch was one of the worst things you could be called, you could do. Like, there's people that have literally been killed for playing around with other people's names, you know. And I say all that to say that the severity of being a snitch in what we consider our communities is, I guess you could say, has fell off so far from where it was to where it is. Like, snitching nowadays is just something niggas is doing. You know? Niggas is just doing it. It used to be a time where the snitches were scared or, you know, they were suckers or whatever. It's not even like that no more. You got real gangsters snitching. Dudes that'll kill you is snitching. So, you know, what is it about snitching that has made it where, like, nobody cares anymore? And I'm not going to say nobody, because you still have some people that stand on business. Me, personally, I don't really try to become too attached to a snitch. Do I care that you snitching? Nah, I don't really give a fuck because I know what I'm dealing with in life. So you being a rat, that don't really affect me right now. Do that mean I want you around me? No, absolutely not. I was affected by a rat. So I'm never going to want a rat around me. But to stay on topic, the reasons that people use for snitching is so crazy because it's like we accept it, but at the same time we don't. Like, when it's somebody that you care about, then it's cool. When it's somebody you don't care about, then they're a rat. And that's what makes this whole shit corny in our community. Because you got niggas that'll run down on certain dudes and, oh, he a rat, he this, he that. And then because other dudes is related to certain dudes or because they tough or whatever, oh yeah, nah, but you don't got an issue with him. Like, it's supposed to all be the same, you know? You rats say, oh, I only told because my family, I had kids, I had this, that. But what about the motherfucker you telling on? Don't you know that they got the same things? The same reasons that you validate telling is the same reasons you shouldn't tell. Because everything that you don't want to experience is the same thing that you about to put somebody else through. And that's just real. But us as a whole, we condone it. And I say we because everybody play a part in it. Women date snitches, they don't care as long as he get to a bag. The hood the same way, as long as he get to a bag. So what? Nobody care that he told, who he told him, whatever. It don't matter because he get to a bag. So that makes me question, what else is acceptable as long as money is involved? Like, you have to understand that when you find snitching acceptable, then it's almost like your moral compass is off. Like, the shit that you stand for is tainted, especially if it's a man. Women deal more with this shit emotionally. Not saying it's right, but it's understandable why they condone a certain amount of this shit. But under no circumstances should a man feel comfortable rapping. You know what you signed up for. When I was in the streets, I caught my case. Of course the opportunity presented itself. You even had niggas out here that was sure I was going to tell. I ain't mad at none of them for that. But that also allows you the opportunity to be solid. 10, 15 years go by. You know, you still don't got a name on who a nigga told on. Like, some shit is just irrelevant. But you niggas out here that's just fucking telling, bro. And coming home and thinking nothing is going to happen to you. It still can. And I'm not condoning anybody to do anything. What I'm saying is, when you decide to tell on someone, or to snitch on someone, or put someone else into the line of fire, you also affect the people in your life. Because you still have people out here that feel like, well, if I can't get you, I gotta get somebody. Once again, not saying whether it's wrong, right, or whatever. But what I'm saying is our community has allowed snitching to become so acceptable that niggas don't even think past who the fuck they telling them. You got dudes in the hood every day working. But it's condoned because nobody's doing nothing. And once again, I'm not telling anybody to live how people lived before or even how some people still, hold certain people to that standard. What I'm saying is, if you are a street dude, consider yourself a street dude, then that is just something you shouldn't do. It's just something that the real nigga inside of you shouldn't allow you to do. And you niggas is fucking real live going around dudes who would die for you and who would motherfucker put their life on the line for you, wearing wires and recording shit and doing all type of fuckery in these streets, bro. Like, y'all don't even got a spine. Niggas' moral compass is twisted. There was a dude in my hole when I caught my case. He said, yo, Tuck. And his name called, keeping it 100, nigga named C. He says, yo, you always walk around with your paperwork. I said, yeah, nigga, yeah. And I carried that shit for 6-7 months because, one, the niggas who I fuck with, they not even on that type of time where if we can't figure it out, we just gonna wait till we figure. Nah, bro. The caliber of men who I dealt with when I was out there was dangerous dudes. And that's just what it is. And that's another reason y'all niggas be telling, because y'all ain't telling on nobody that's gonna do nothing to you. You telling on dudes who got the same amount of heart as you, same amount of spine as you. And when you tell on them, 9 times out of 10, them niggas start looking for somebody to tell them. Not everybody. Because like I said, you still got solid dudes out here. You still got dudes who hold themselves to a certain level of integrity, even on street shit. And yeah, street shit, because if we talking about ratting or snitching, we ain't talking about no legal shit. We talking about people cutting corners and everything else. If you involved in that, then you ain't got no business fucking telling. That's just what it is. And there's a difference between a rat and a motherfucker who just telling. You gotta understand that. You motherfuckers out here doing shit to civilians, meaning niggas who ain't in the streets, and then the police get involved and they ratted. They didn't rat. They did what the fuck you knew they was gonna do. What did you think that this businessman or this businesswoman that works a 9 to 5 and don't want to do nothing but chill and relax and take care of this, what you thought they was gonna do? When you put a person in a situation that they ain't used to, and you want them to deal with the street code and all type of other shit, then you were the ignorant one. There is no way in hell that you thought just because you was a street motherfucker or gangster or whatever you label yourself, there's no way that you thought that they had to abide by the same rules. That's just stupid. For you to think that you did something to a person that's not involved in that lifestyle and nothing was going to happen to you, now that's just stupid. But people in the streets are doing that. You selling wolf tickets, you acting like you this and you that, you the king of this and you the king of that, and you running these drugs up and down the interstate, and you want to be the fucking man with everything in life. You driving bars and you shooting ups and you doing all of this shit. But then when it's time to really be the fucking man, you niggas is rolling over on niggas, man. And that shit is corny. It really is. Because at the end of the day, everybody had the same choices, bro. You made a choice. You gotta live with it. And that's just what it is. You motherfuckers is finding every excuse for why you told, when you need to start finding some excuses for why you stay silent. That's it. Where I did my time at, it was a paperwork check. You had 30 days to get your work in there. And that's it. Ain't nothing sealed, ain't none of that in my background. I don't got no youthful offender. I never had none of that shit. What I'm saying is being solid ain't shit that's taught. Being solid, you gotta be born with that shit. And these motherfuckers who run in the streets now and who calling the shots on the street now and who's all the shot callers, these motherfuckers don't have it. And once again, I'm not saying everybody. Because you can't throw everybody in the same boat. But when we speak it overall, y'all motherfuckers see what's going on out here. I ain't the only one that see this shit. It's people, families affected. It's fathers, brothers, mothers, daughters, cut all type of shit that is affected because another motherfucker couldn't hold it down. And nobody seem to have a problem with this shit. And when you speak on it, motherfuckers look at you like you crazy. Why you care? Because that motherfucker is the reason that the whole world think it's okay to be like that. Motherfuckers tell and come home and make rap songs and albums and everything. So this shit ain't just a hood problem. This is world like you got niggas who motherfucking take good dudes off the street and the hood just embrace them. Everybody loves them. And that shit is fucked up. And they're around all of us. It is what it is. Do I encounter them? Yeah. Who doesn't? But once again, I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing nothing for y'all niggas or with y'all niggas anyway, so who gives a fuck? But what I'm saying is the whole mentality of the fucking hood is this shit is acceptable and it ain't. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to deal with you. It is what it is. And then you niggas is bringing babies into the world. Other male children. What are you going to say to them? Or any motherfucking child. It doesn't matter the sex. What are you going to say to them? You know? So we got to figure out, one, when did this shit become so acceptable? Because everybody's doing it. And two, when is this shit going to stop? Because there was a time where, like, for real, it was about holding this shit down. Your name meant something. When you looked in the mirror and that motherfucker in the mirror was looking back at you, it meant something. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I didn't even have the opportunity or the luxury of calling home with that shit. As soon as I got arrested, my older brother pulled right up. Hey, what's going on? Like, you good, right? Solid. Call home, my girl told me straight up, listen, you know, I've been with you through everything. You know, if you do that, I can't fuck with you. Real shit. Like, those are the conversations that need to take place. Because these motherfuckers is just rolling over. It's just acceptable. It don't matter. And this snitching shit is corny. You got niggas who never gonna see the streets again because of rat niggas. Niggas who fighting every day for their freedom because of rat niggas. And I ain't no motherfucking judge. You know what I mean? You got to deal with that. You got to look yourself in the mirror. You got to deal with what the fuck you see when you look at yourself. I'm happy with what I see. I'm solid. Everybody can't say that. And for us in the hood, we got to start holding people accountable. You know what these niggas is up to out here. Everybody see what they up to. You know who doing the shooting and the looting and the hooting and everything, nigga. You know what's up. And then these niggas is rolling over and motherfuckers is acting like it's cool. And it ain't. And once again, I ain't saying you gotta do nothing to a nigga, but you ain't gotta embrace these motherfuckers either. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta love on these motherfuckers either. And ride around with them, go to the spots and the bars and the clubs and all this shit with these fucking rats either. Because when motherfuckers start looking at you like you a rat, then you mad. Or what that got to do with me? You with them, nigga. That's what it got to do with you. So, us as a community, man, this shit got to stop. We losing too many. Let the fucking police do their job. Let them do their work. We doing their work for them. And that's what makes it fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna drag it. Like I always tell you, I get to the point, get this shit over with. Because that's what it's about, man. Real talk for real people. Because this shit is real. We all affected by it. And that's just what it is. And I appreciate all y'all for tuning in, man. Because y'all know what it is, bro. Everybody talking. But we talk that talk.